Rich is another. Getting rich and staying rich are two completely different games. One is about taking risks. The other is about managing fear. One rewards boldness. The other demands humility. Most people never learn the difference, and that's why so many fortunes are built and then lost. Let me ask you something. Have you ever read about someone who made millions and then went completely broke? A famous athlete, a lottery winner, a startup founder. It happens more than you think. And it's not because they were stupid. It's because they didn't know how to stay rich. In this episode, we're going to dig deep into why keeping your wealth is often harder than earning it. And more importantly, what it takes to build lasting wealth, not just flashes of success. Let's start with the story of Jesse Livermore. In the early 1900s, he was one of the richest stock traders in the world. In 1929, right before the Great Depression, he made over $100 million shorting the market. That's the equivalent of billions today. He was praised in newspapers, envied by Wall Street, and seen as a financial genius. But a few years later, he lost it all. Not because he suddenly forgot how to trade, but because he believed he couldn't lose. He took bigger and riskier bets, confident that he was invincible. He wasn't. In the end, he died broke and alone. What's the lesson? Getting rich requires optimism, courage, and belief in your strategy. Staying rich requires the opposite: fear, caution, and a deep respect for risk. It's not sexy, it's not fun, but it's how you survive. Morgan Housel puts it like this: there are a million ways to get wealthy, but only one way to stay wealthy. Some combination of frugality and paranoia. Think about that. Frugality and paranoia. Let's break it down. Frugality doesn't mean being cheap. It means living below your means, even when you don't have to. It means resisting the urge to show off. It means not upgrading your lifestyle every time your income rises. Paranoia doesn't mean you walk around scared. It means you understand that bad things can and do happen. It means you don't assume good times will last forever. It means you plan for the unexpected. Here's a simple truth that can save your financial life. Getting rich is driven by offense, but staying rich is all about defense. Offense is earning, investing, building. Defense is saving, preparing, protecting. Both matter, but most people focus only on offense. They chase big returns. They take huge risks. They gamble on business ideas or volatile stocks. And if it works, they win. But without a solid defense, that win doesn't last. What does defense actually look like? It looks like an emergency fund. It looks like not putting all your money into one stock. It looks like keeping your lifestyle simple even after you make more. It looks like never being forced to sell at a bad time because you overextended yourself. Wealth is fragile. One mistake, one accident, one downer can erase years of hard work if you're not prepared. That's why the ability to stay wealthy is a mindset, not a skill set. Let's go back to Buffett for a moment. We love to talk about how he got rich, but we often ignore how he stayed rich. His first rule of investing: don't lose money. His second rule: don't forget rule number one. That's not just clever. It's core to his success. Buffett doesn't take wild risks. He avoids debt. He holds cash. He stays calm when others panic. Most of all, he preserves his wealth so he can keep compounding it year after year. That's staying rich. So here's a tough question for you. Are you only focused on getting rich, or are you also planning to stay rich? Because if you don't plan for both, you'll lose either way. Getting rich might mean putting your money in growth assets, like stocks or real estate. Staying rich might mean keeping a portion in safer places, like bonds or cash. Getting rich might mean launching a new business. Staying rich means having a backup plan if it fails. This is where humility comes in. Most people lose wealth not from ignorance, but from overconfidence. They think the good times will last forever. They think they're smarter than the market. They think the rules don't apply to them. But the market doesn't care how smart you are. Luck, timing, and randomness play huge roles. And if you don't respect that, you'll eventually get wiped out. So let me tell you a little secret that the truly wealthy understand. The goal isn't to win big, it's to stay in the game. If you stay in the game long enough, compounding will do the rest. But if you blow up, If you lose it all on one bad move, the game ends. It's better to grow slowly and survive than to grow fast and crash. Here's an analogy. Imagine building a sandcastle at the beach. You can make it huge and impressive, but if you build it too close to the water, the tide will wash it away. Building wealth is the same. You can make a lot, but if you don't give yourself margin, protection, it won't last. That's why the best investors, entrepreneurs, and savers are obsessed with margin of safety. It's the idea that you should always leave room for error. Things will go wrong. Plans will fail. Markets will fall. If you plan for that, you'll survive. If you don't, you're one storm away from ruin. Let's bring it back to you. What's your plan for staying rich or staying stable? Do you have a buffer for income drops? Are you relying on everything going perfectly? Are you taking unnecessary risks, hoping for faster results? Remember, staying rich isn't just about keeping money. It's about keeping options. It's about sleeping well at night. It's about being able to say no. That's real wealth. Let's recap the key lessons from this episode. Number 1, getting rich and staying rich require different skill sets. Number 2, offense builds wealth, but defense keeps it. Number 3, frugality and paranoia are underrated financial superpowers. Number 4, survival is the real secret to long-term success. And number 5, always leave room for error. So what's your next step? Look at your current financial situation and ask, am I protecting what I've built? If not, how can I add more defense, more margin to my life? Because in the end, true wealth isn't how much you make. It's how long you can keep it. In the next episode, we're going to talk about one of the most dangerous myths in money. The idea that once you have enough, you'll stop wanting more. But as you'll see, enough is a moving target. And learning when to stop might just be the most valuable skill of all.